this is a slideshow that tells us where fossils are found. As we know, fossils are found almost everywhere. What do you have? What is that? A fossil.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Valley Life. I'm Rich Kreps and I'm hoping you're going to bear with me on this journey right now because I am taking you on a special show today. The entire show will be dedicated right here to Madera, to the Fossil Discovery Center. And I tell you what, a very unique place and a great story as to how this came to be. And I can't wait to bring the whole thing to you right now today. It's going to be fabulous. We're going to introduce you to one of the guys behind the whole deal. Grady, how are you, sir? It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Very excited. Give me the rundown. How did this whole thing start? And I'm assuming it has to do with the bones you've got in your hand right there.
This is a Smilodon skull, okay. Commonly called saber-toothed cat. All right. And it is one of these things that brought us to the Fairmead landfill, where we've found approximately 15,000 fossils as we produce them out of the landfill.
You know, I think it's kind of ironic that this thing's called a Smilodon, because if that thing's smiling at me with teeth like that, I'm anything but happy.
Well, if you were a horse back in those days, you wouldn't be happy for sure. Okay. Of course, this is a predator, and the prey and the predator met here at the water hole at what is now the Fairmead landfill. Okay. In 1993, the first fossils were discovered. In 1996, the foundation was formed, and we have been collecting fossils since then. In 2003, we began to develop the idea of having a display center. We have written grants and have received 4 major grants, and this facility and its contents were all produced and constructed out of grants that we received. We have been open now for just 4 weeks, and during that time we have had overwhelming response. We had 700 people here the day that we had our grand opening, and we've had already several student field trips, and even today we had a group come down from Merced, and usually groups stay about 2 hours, and they were here 4. Beautiful. And so people that come in, adults and students, are really pleased with what they find here. Sure. We are presently in the process of getting some signs up on the freeway. We have a new off-ramp that is not yet on Google, and people have a little trouble finding us. But we're getting signage up on the freeway, and we also are getting a designation from Caltrans as a historical place. And so we're real pleased with what's going on so far. We're open every day except Monday and holidays from 9 to 4. We have an entry fee that helps us pay the light bill. For students, it's $4. For adults, it's $8, and senior citizens, $6. And we have special rates for field trips. When students come on a field trip, their fee is $3. Okay. And we think that's quite reasonable. Absolutely. And so we have a little theater here. Our guests are introduced to the center through a DVD that lasts 8 minutes, and that includes a little bit of a slideshow about how the facility was built. As they come out of the theater, we go immediately to a slideshow that gives our guests an idea about where fossils are found, particularly here at the landfill. We then have this really awesome mammoth display, and
step back over here with me, Grady, and we can get a better shot of this, but it is fabulous.
We purchased that skull and tusk especially to hang there for the window, which we also designed so that our guests could see this from the road. We have inside this exhibit a tusk that was found about 50 feet below the surface. We found it in 2006, and we put it in that jacket, and it's been in storage since. And about 5 weeks ago, we brought it out here and developed this exhibit. A mammoth eats about 450 pounds of grass every day. They weigh about 6 to 8 tons. That one is hanging at about the height that it would be if we had the rest of the body. They, of course, roamed these foothills, and they came to the water hole. Our most often asked question is, why are these fossils here? And they're here primarily because of that water hole and for great floods that we've had over the thousands of years into this area of the valley, which we call the Chowchilla River fan. And so we know that there's been at least 3 great floods because we have these alluvial fans out here demonstrated as we dig down. So that tusk was found at 50 feet, and we think it'd probably been there 500,000 years.
I love it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Grady, we're gonna bring a whole lot more to the show to exactly how this all came to be. So let's go talk to some of the scientists and see if we can get some more information. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna be right back with some of the people that actually have got the picks in the ground and digging some of these bones up for us.